Hiring the wrong cleaner can cost you way more than just a bad day. It can wreck your reputation, drive away great clients, and make you wonder why you started a cleaning business in the first place. But when you hire the right person, everything changes. You get your time back. You finally have room to grow. You're not stuck in the field every day, and you start to experience actual freedom. And if you've already made a bad hire, then please trust me. That doesn't mean you're bad at hiring. It just means you haven't been given the right hiring system yet. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact hiring strategy I used to build my multi-six-figure cleaning business and how you can use it to build an incredible team you can actually trust. And I'm also going to tell you about two very popular hiring strategies that you must completely ignore. Then, like my coaching student Bethany here, you'll have to keep hiring to keep up with client demand. Let's get to work. So first off, let's crush a major myth in this industry. And that myth is nobody wants to work anymore. I'm sorry, but that's 100% false. People want and need to work. They just don't want to work for bad businesses. And can you blame them? Think about this logically. Why are you thinking of starting a cleaning business or trying to grow the one you have? There could be many reasons, but here are some of them I know for sure. You want to feel good about the work you do. You want to make more money. You want more personal and financial freedom. You're tired of not feeling appreciated. Well, guess what? At a psychological level, all humans want the same things. Not all want to be entrepreneurs, and that's okay. But again, we all want the same basic things. A balanced life with work we enjoy that supports our personal dreams and goals. So with that in mind, how do you attract and retain the best cleaners? You simply create an environment they're excited to work in and one they can thrive in. You see, many entrepreneurs are incredible at building businesses and systems. They may even be great at marketing and sales. But despite those skills, they may struggle with hiring. But the good news is, hiring is a skill like any other, and it can be learned. And it's really quite simple when you get some key things right. Next, let's talk about a couple common hiring practices that are completely wrong. Practices that you must stop doing today if you're doing them now. Number one is group interviews. Do you even know where this idea started? It's thought to have started during World War II. The US military needed a way to quickly identify those who might be good candidates to become officers. So they set up these assessment centers and did group trainings and exercises to see who stood out. But we're not going to war here. We're cleaning toilets. Sometime later, big corporations adopted this practice. And in recent years, the idea has become increasingly popular in a variety of industries, with HR leaders and online gurus calling it the ultimate hiring hack. But here's the thing. Group interviews were designed to identify leaders, dominant personalities, and persuasive communicators. They were not designed for jobs that require a high level of humility, like being a cleaning professional. And by adopting this practice, you are eliminating your very best prospects. And what I'm about to say, I would say directly to the incredible people that I have working for me in my cleaning business. But none of them would have done well in a group interview. Yet, despite that, they are the best cleaners, insanely hard workers, 100% trustworthy, and 100% committed. And some of them have worked for me for over 7 years now. That's the kind of retention that's possible when you treat people how you would like to be treated and stick to a proven process. And the other practice you need to stop if you're doing it now is secret test cleans. I'll keep this one short, but this is not leadership. This is avoidance. And the argument many make here is that this keeps you compliant with labor laws since you can't train subcontractors. So cleaning businesses do these secret test cleans instead. But if you're not sure of their skill level, then guess what? You shouldn't hire them as subcontractors anyways. And this is true for a host of other reasons too, according to most labor laws. Instead, you should hire them as a legal employee. And no, it's not that much more expensive or complicated to hire employees. Tons of businesses with legal employees exist in every market, including cleaning businesses. And since I know it's always a common question, as of right now, I have a mix of both contractors and legal employees in my cleaning business. And I have for many years. But always consult your local labor laws to ensure compliance. In addition to the legal reasons, the foundation of any employee-employer relationship is trust. So if the first thing you do is secretly test someone without their knowledge, then you're starting off that relationship very wrong, and it will damage your reputation as a local employer. And I get it. They say to send the cleaner to a friend or family member's house for this test clean. So you may not be testing them on a real client, but over time you will develop a bad reputation, both with applicants and your actual cleaning clients, because this method just doesn't build high-performing teams. So what should you do instead? If you really feel the need, then do some sort of paid working interview before making a full commitment. But I don't even do that, since I've gotten so good at identifying what I'm looking for during the interview process. And in time, you will too. So the moral of the story, if you feel the need to trick your staff to evaluate them, then you're avoiding the real work that will actually get your cleaning business where you want it. So with those things out of the way, let's talk about what you should do. First off, understand that the strength of your business will determine the strength of your hires. If you've seen other videos of mine, then you likely know I talk a lot about value-based pricing and finding recurring clients with high lifetime values. And hiring is one of the many reasons why. To pay people well, you have to charge your clients appropriately. You can't charge clients $25 an hour, pay your staff $12.50 an hour, and expect that to be scalable. So if you're new around here, watch any number of videos on my channel where I talk about pricing and finding ideal clients, because that is the foundation. And that foundation gives you the power to find incredible people and the power to pay them very well, which leads to retention most cleaning businesses can only dream of. Next, let's talk about what you're looking for. For starters, I do like it when my cleaners have some prior cleaning experience, but primarily, I'm not hiring for experience. I'm hiring for humility and culture fit. Why? Because cleaning skills can easily be taught, but attitude, mindset, and behavior cannot. And for those that don't know what culture is, think of it like your brand. But while your brand is customer or public facing, your culture is staff facing. It's internal, but both are related to your reputation and how your business is perceived. So make sure the people you hire will fit your culture, because one bad hire can kill it in a hurry. So where do I find people? Primarily two places. Number one, my own network. Friends, family, and my client base. You can even ask other staff members once you have some. So tap into every relationship you have, inside and outside of your business, and put the word out that you're hiring. And number two, Indeed, which has worked well for me for many years now. From these sources, you'll start getting some leads. But just like client leads, not all will work out, and that's okay. The key is to build a system that consistently attracts new candidates and filters out the bad ones quickly. This makes it a very repeatable process and way more effective. And however you communicate your job openings, whether it's Indeed or somewhere else, remember to write postings that attract reliable and responsible people looking for stable and long-term work. We are not looking to attract just anyone, so set clear expectations, use a professional tone, and include messaging that makes applicants feel we're serious about doing good work here, and we're looking for people who are on board with that. That alone will weed out most of the flaky ones. And lastly, once people start applying, the next step is qualification. You don't want to talk to every single person who applies. That's a waste of time. So I look through the applicants and I set up a quick phone interview with the best ones. On this phone interview, I'm really just testing their responsiveness and communication abilities, and also getting an idea of what they're looking for in a job. Then the best of those get moved to an in-person interview, and I always do those at a local coffee shop. For those that get to this stage, please don't ask the typical interview questions. We don't need to ask what they see themselves doing in 5 years. You want questions that show you who they really are and whether they are a culture fit. And one of my favorites is simply, what do you like about cleaning? These kinds of questions reveal character, not rehearsed answers. If you spot red flags, don't ignore them. Showing up late, being vague about past jobs, blaming old managers, not providing references, or maybe they give off that I just need any job energy. One red flag might be nothing, but 2 or 3, that's a no for me. But when I feel good about someone, then I explain more about what I can offer them, let them know there will be documents to sign, and inform them that I always perform background checks. Once that all checks out, we move forward from there. And congratulations, you've hired someone to work for you. So now you've got this strategy and you know what to do. If it seems simple, then great. It is simple. Quite often people way overcomplicate business when it's just about being human. And remember what I said earlier about all humans just wanting the same things. If you create the environment we talked about, then you will attract great people and you'll retain them for as long as you want. But if you want even more hiring help, like my job posting template, my interview questions, and my full onboarding workflow, then click the link below to learn how to work with me directly. We'll find the best people for your business together, and we'll keep building what you want together. And never forget, more profit equals more freedom.